morning. Welcome to the British summertime. We've just had some glorious weather the last few days. So I thought, last minute dash to the coast. We've got thick cloud in the sky. I can see a little bit of blue breaking through. The murkiest colour sea I've seen in a long while. It's a little bit breezy, not too bad. And we're on an incoming tide. Now, the last time I was at this location, the tide was up there. The high tide is, I think, 8 o'clock today, and it is approximately 4:20. So I knew we were going to have a little wait for the tide, but I wanted to see if I could get some different images to those that I got last time. Now, last time I was here, we had actually a half decent sky. We had some beautiful clouds, some colour. I was doing short, long exposures. So this time I thought, let's have a go and do some long exposures instead of short, long exposures. In other words, I was going to use the 10 stop instead of the 6 stop. I haven't got the 10 stop on. I've got a polarizer and a 0.9 grad on, because the sky is brighter by a long margin than that horrible sky. I'm getting about, that's better. God, I need to clean the sensor. I'm at 10 seconds, f11 ISO 100, and just tweaking the composition very slightly, and then once I'm happy, I'll show you what we've got. So I'm having to keep retreating because the tide's coming in. It's relatively calm, but it's definitely coming in. That's better. These are going to be mono, obviously. Unless something absolutely amazing happens with that sky, these are definitely going to be mono. Yeah, I think I like that. Right, let me bring you over here and show you what we're doing. Hopefully my camera won't get swept away in the process. Oh, it is nice to be at the seaside. We've got the big block, a couple of small blocks, and then we have the marker post. And I've got, just checking everything. We've got a smaller block just here, and I'm starting with that one. That's kind of bottom right, and then we're going out to the marker post, which is top left, just over or just off the thirds. I think I will put the 10 stop on simply because it's going to help smooth that particularly yucky sky out, because that's really not pretty at all. It did say low cloud cover, but yesterday evening was low cloud, and there was nothing like this. Right, I'm going to beat a hasty retreat by a few feet, because again, we're about to get swamped by the tide. Mwah! The sun has come up. Let me show you. I'm hoping you can see on the horizon you've got some little rays coming out, and that there is all we're going to get for sunrise. For those of you that came before, you'll recognise this place. Let me show you, and it'll give you an idea of just how far the blooming tide is out. Do you recognise these? Yes, we're at Trusthorpe. And there is sort of iffy things happening with the clouds over there, but I don't think they're going to get to light up because that bank of cloud is so blooming heavy, it's hiding everything. I've had to retreat. I did get the 10 stop out, but because I'm on an incoming tide, let me turn you around this way and the wind's behind me, that's better. Because I'm on an incoming tide, although it's a fairly calm sea, every now and then there's that 7th or 10th wave that comes in and it just knocked the camera. So I gave that one up. I've done one with a 6 stop. Yeah, might look all right in mono. I haven't set the camera to mono this time because I'm just playing. I've done one that I think will work as a square crop, which is just the 3 blocks. There's a big block and then there's a small one either side. I'm not sure if the 2 smaller ones actually showed up. But you gotta try it, you gotta be in it to win it, as they say. So I'm just gonna wait for a little while. The light isn't gonna get harsh enough for me to worry. And I want the tide to come in just a little bit further to get this block here, this one here, you can see where I'm pointing, to get water surrounding that. They've got those fascinating drain holes. They look like plug holes. And there's a bizarre sign that says keep out. I'm not entirely sure why you'd want to go down there, but hey. Right. There's almost a little bit of light hitting the clouds, so I'm just going to see if I can work a composition to get some of that in. I say, I don't think it'll show up on the camera too well. It's very, very excuse me, very, very faint colour. This was the tube pipe thing that I was talking about earlier that I wanted the water around. And I'm just keeping an eye on everything because the tide's coming in. So I've set up portrait orientation and I've got a lot of negative space. I'm having to be very careful because of this sky. I'm going to have to move you, hold on. Hold on a sec, let's move you back, I don't want to lose you. That's better, right. Yeah, because the sky is this horrible blocky, we've got cloud, then bright, then cloud, then bright. So I'm having to be very careful how I line this up. But I've basically got the tube right-hand side, the marker post left-hand side, and the block is now virtually underwater that's in the middle. And I think that quite works. I'm at f8, 15 seconds, ISO 100. I have the 6 stop on. I have a 0.9 medium grad on, and I've got the polarizer on. I know it's the wrong angle, but turning it off is having the effect of lightening the water. And it's not doing silly things. Yeah, I quite like that. It's not doing silly things with the sky, but I'm having to be very conscious of those clouds because every now and then they're moving and are clear spots coming into view, which doesn't do anything for me at all. I can fix it in post, but I'd really rather not. Ooh, ooh. And whenever the water comes in, you sink. Yeah, I think I quite like that. The block is just visible. Yeah, and now that sky's moved in, I really can't do any more with that, so that's that one done. Yeah, it's all good fun. Now, I didn't think the light was going to get harsh, but it is doing. And we finally got some water around my favourite little tube with the arrow on it. So I've moved my composition around. Thankfully, the sky in the distance is fairly uniform. So I'm just concentrating on that. This may end up as a square crop. It may end up as a 10x12. I am at f6. No, I'm not. What am I talking about? I'm at f8. 5 seconds. I've still got the polarizer on, and although it's not 100% the right position for the direction of the sun, it is actually working in that it's darkening the sand down under the water, which is enabling me to get some of the streakiness that I quite like. Central composition, portrait orientation, 6.6 grad, and I'm getting some lovely, don't you know, some lovely swirls around here, and the water as it's, streaking back off this, and I'm keeping a careful eye on everything. And where I've composed it, I'm not getting any of the beaching. I didn't want any of that. Whee! Could end up on the floor in a minute. Whee! It's quite difficult walking in water that's coming in. I'm quite liking that. I find them absolutely fascinating with the arrows on. I'm still trying to figure out what on earth the arrows are there for. Why you would want someone to know that they've got to walk on the left of them, which is the only thing I can think of. I'm just going to turn it down to 4 seconds. But I might try 3. That's not quite typical. Just when you want a nice big wave to come in, it doesn't. Try and get some more of that action. That's better. Still focus. Yep. And the waves come in at all sorts of different angles, which gives quite nice effects as well. Way! Oh, time to move my bag, I think, again. Oh, the bag will be in the bloody car at this rate. Whew! Forgotten how much fun an incoming tide can be. Let's have a look at that. Yeah! Oh, you could lose hours doing this, because every shot gives you a different effect with the waves. Yeah, you could get very bored of these because there's going to be about 4 or 5, I think. Yeah, I quite like that. And that's about it for today, boys and girls. I'm going to wander further down to Mablethorpe, but I think I've done. I think that's it for today. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I'm liking those. Definitely different patterns. I don't like that one. And I'm down at, let's try f2.5, see what effect that gives. The lovely thing about being at the coast is you can just play. Just play and see what you get. So anyway, right, I'm digressing. Thanks for coming along. Hope you like the images. Fingers crossed they work out. And I'll see you again next weekend. Bye for now.